I'm out here in the Mellowar postcode, which is about an hour and a half northeast of Geraldton in the West Australian outback. Basically, I'm in the middle of nowhere. After 45 years of engineering, I'd had enough. The dollars brought us out into this arid country. 1,750 acres. Annual rainfall out here probably around the 6 inches. It's so dry, we get 4 months of the year that's 40 degrees plus. The biggest challenge here in any of this country is to get water to penetrate the ground, to make this country work, because it is very fertile when the water goes into the land. Not long after we bought the place, we'd get a storm and water would just run away straight out in the creek. Next day we'd hit the ground, bloody dust had come off after 30 mil of rain. Said to Kirsty, we got a bit of a challenge here because we're going to be living in a desert pretty soon.
Jeff had that light bulb moment of watching this amount of water that was running straight down into the creek, and he just said to me, I've got to go out and capture this.
That's when I started, trying to infiltrate water into the ground. We wanted the electric buggy to go with our solar system and our farm. Polaris have got quality. You can buy cheaper stuff, but as I learnt in the past, it's not worth it. Off the grid is no challenge at all. By 10 o'clock in the morning, we can charge our car and those batteries are refilled again. Clouds are as rare as rocking horse shit here. I knew I needed to break that hard crust. When I first got here, I used my father's methods, the old farming methods, and I bought a 18-disc plough and a 22-disc plough, hooked them together and turned all this dry desert dirt upside down and killed it. I'm left with this front end loader. So I cut out the shape that I'd worked out and I made these V's. After 4 years, eventually got those angles right, and I made little wings on the front and the back, and that broke the soil, parted it, and the other bits packed aside as we went through. 25 mil of rain. In this 2.5 by 1 metres is 60 litres of water in that small area. Manageable volumes, capturing it, the whole thing evenly all the way down the hill. Allows the land to absorb it. The water goes down and in underneath. So when the hot sun and the wind and all's coming along, that water is underneath that hard crust. It's amazing how far it goes in underneath these V's. Look at that, beautiful wet soil. The seeds all sit in the bottom. They germinate with the volume of water. The root mass system goes in underneath that hard pack, and then you get growth. Here's the original ones after 12 months. That was as flat as a badger's arse. But without the V's, as you can see here, nothing grows because the water can't penetrate the dirt. As soon as it rains, I jump on my electric Polaris and I'm out in the rain, and I've got to see how these V's work and how the water moves and the volumes and where it goes. And driving around that Polaris is just heaven.
When I get in there and drive it, it will be for around the house, doing the gardening, with its tilt tray on the back.
The quietness, just to be able to idle through the bush, the vermin look up and you got him.
There's just those wonderful little things about it. Even going and checking the fence lines.
We have electric fence all the way around the property, 11.5 kilometres. We've got a track through the bush here and 25 k's out. We're going to go for a drive over to that mountain. The range is not an issue at all. We're lucky to charge it every 4 days. Like 150 kilometres. Who does more than 150 kilometres in a day potting around your farm? No one. This Polaris buggy is absolutely blowing me away. An amazing experience when we first got it and still is today. To see this sense of achievement of land rehabilitation, the electric vehicles and totally off-grid, it's a magic place to live. It's hard, but the rewards are huge.
We've had this from dust back to greenery, and it's giving back to us. I reckon that's a win-win for everybody.
So Jeff and Kirsty are farming, And at the same time, they're rehabilitating their own land. They're off the grid and they're completely self-sufficient. And they traverse this timeless outback terrain using the most modern electrified technology available. And they do that by harnessing the simple power of this beautiful West Australian sun that they're drenching in. And sometimes when two worlds collide, the results can be absolutely stunning.